Okay guys, so it's tile day out on our Hanford project. We're just getting set up here. We have our bender boards. This is what we basically set our level with to hold up the tile as we set them so they don't fall down. It kind of keeps them in place. We're taking a torch to the top of the bond beam here to basically just remove any excess moisture out of the wall. We want to make sure our thin set sticks well and adheres well to the wall. It's funny, in the summer when it's too dry and hot, you actually add moisture to the wall. So you kind of want to find a nice happy medium. We're honing in our transit here, kind of give you an idea of how that looks. And then we're running our chalk lines. Now we go around with our transit and we make all those red mark indicators there. And that's how we know where we need to mark our chalk line. And then from there, we go ahead and put up our boards. Pretty simple process. So this shot here, you're seeing how we kind of form the mouth of the skimmer, and we got to bring that up to the level of the tile, the bottom of the tile. So this is just a mortar product. It's just mortar. It's not thin set. And this is going to be the bed that our tile actually sits on top of. So we just get this nice and prepped, shaved down to the right height, checking it here with the tile to make sure it's going to sit at the right level. So these boards that we use are kind of like a pulp-based bender board. They're really easy to bend and manipulate, and they're pretty straight. Obviously, we need them to be nice and straight to use for this purpose. And the steps essentially start with just putting down a bed of thin set, as you can see there. So one guy's getting thin set down while another guy's placing tile. Now one guy could do both. It just goes slower. You can do both at the same time. Run a bead of thin set and then go back and hit your tile.
He's probably got cold, wet feet already.
Yeah. I'm just saving you, man. It'll be cold.
Why are you wearing 2 sweaters?
It's cold? Rickson might be able to go get it.
Oh, what? Do you want to get the ball or what?
Yeah, they're fine.
Careful, it's deeper than it looks.
Yeah.
He's gonna get wet. Oh no, just barely. Oh!
You good?
Throw it. Oh!
Is there water in your boots now?
A little bit? No?
No. Hey, you want to fall now? I just gotta throw it back in.
It's like I didn't get to do the fun part. I wanted to go get it.
Yeah, he would have got wet though. The plaster's pretty thick, right?
In areas, it's thicker than others, yeah.
Okay.
So you're looking at about, well, if you think about the thickness of that board, it's about the thickness of the plaster.
Okay.
Because the plaster will be at the height of this tile, basically kind of right where this is. So yeah, the plaster's about that thick.
Okay.
But again, in some areas, it's thicker than others. That's gonna be probably our thinnest point right at the top.
Okay.
I think it's thicker in the other areas.
As you can see, this was a pretty active job site. The Masons out here in Hanford, really cool family. A lot of fun to get to know them, and it was cool seeing the kids out enjoying the pool before it's even finished. You could tell they're really excited, and it's cool seeing that for sure.
A lot better when it's a little more, I was trying to get a little dry, so now it's perfect.
Yeah. Always put it on kind of fat before I run it sideways, horizontal.
Yeah, so it gets a good.
Yeah, you put it on.
Good bead.
Yeah, you put it on fat, and then you can pull it across.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys are gonna have extra.
So they'll be offset kind of like this, and we'll come back and do them later, like this. Yeah, on one side. Another thing we could do is cut them in 4s and have little diamonds, and we could give ourselves some diamonds like every 1 foot. I prefer to go the route of cutting them into 4s.
Okay.
And having a little.
Do you think we have enough to do all 3 steps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you cool with it being like every?
I'm cool with whatever you think, Matt.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
A little piece like every maybe 2 feet or 1 foot? I think probably every 2 feet.
That work?
Man, this brings back memories, man. Setting up these boards. I haven't done it in forever.
Oh.
They're good to go?
You just use the edge of your float as a squeegee.
Go a little more vertical, yeah. Use the very edge of it, like this. Just scrapes it.
Oh yeah.
Like scrape the edge of it, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And you can slap more of it as you go.
First I'll push it into the.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Do you have that little margin trowel? The little, look out for like, see this? See how the thin set's high?
Yeah.
You don't want that to show through. So just take your margin trowel, and if it seems kind of high, get down there and scrape it.
Scrape it out.
Get that thin set out.
Okay guys, so you can see here we're notching out the top of the bond beam, and we're prepping this for a piece of tile that will go in and finish that mouth of the skimmer. That way you don't have exposed concrete and just kind of a messy look on top. It gives it a nice clean finished look. And this is a cutting board. You may or may not have seen these before. As opposed to using a saw, you score the top of the tile, and then it has kind of a breaker bar on it. I don't know the exact term for it, but it just snaps the tile. So you cut your mark, you score it, and then snap it. You can see there, it gives a really nice clean cut. And yeah, that piece of tile will just fit across there, giving it a really nice finished look. Ruben today really did a good job on the grout, and you can see he's really getting the hang of it, moving along. And we don't have a ton of finished footage, unfortunately, of this job, but I will show you some here in a second. And grouting is really, it can be kind of monotonous. You're laying in the grout, and then you're going back and forth with a sponge, getting it cleaned up, being careful not to wash out the grout out of the grout line. And the tile still needs to be cleaned pretty well, but you can see this is basically the finished product. It just needs to be wiped down, and that's the mouth of the skimmer. We have a lot of fun making these videos, guys. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for some upcoming projects. All right, take care.